Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Drag Specialty Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission. I'm Sky Dibler in the booth right now. Joining me beside me to my right, it is the legend himself, Ralph Shaheen. Ralph, welcome to a very damp racetrack.
Yeah, it's a little bit soggy here, Scotty. That's for sure. But you know, there's a lot of hope in the air too, if you will, because the racetrack itself looks great.
It sure does, and they're actually rolling on the racetrack for the very first time. Mother Nature put a lot of moisture on the racetrack last night. Yesterday we had a practice day. We got just a couple of sessions in, so these are actually the first laps for the Super Twins, and they're on the track right now. Bikes are rolling around the racetrack gingerly right now, Ralph. Obviously, it's the Super Twins, and first couple laps, and Bronson puts his hand up. He's like, I'm not comfortable. He'll put his hand up and let everybody know that something's going on. Maybe that is a bike issue as he's off the pace, and he'll drop down and get out of harm's way. Or he's just not comfortable, Ralph. We're not sure.
Well, I'm sure a lot of guys aren't comfortable right now because it's, you know, we've just been doing a lot of standing around, haven't we?
Yeah, for all morning.
In and out of the Mission tent. It's just been one of those days where it can be pretty frustrating as you're looking at the racetrack and you're going, man, if this was a nice sunny day, this place would be great.
Definitely. What a beautiful racetrack. It was very fast for the two sessions we got out yesterday. This is practice for the Super Twins, and we were told just a few moments ago that it would be 10 laps. 10 laps the distance, so...
There's Shayna Texter-Bauman right there on the 52.
Right behind her is the 92, Brandon Price, who's maybe auditioning for a ride for next year. He's on the G&G Racing Yamaha. It's Corey Texter's teammate for the weekend. Whoa, man.
A little tight through there.
That was close. It's good to see Brandon Price back, and he's ridden a few different motorcycles this year.
A lot of people trying to say, how would you describe this place? And we came up with a mini Eldora.
Yep. Or
a big Silver Dollar Speedway out in Chico.
Or Sonoya, Georgia, down there just by Atlanta.
Yeah, kind of like that on the north side of town.
Or if you've ever been to Peoria Speedway, that's like an overgrown version of that.
Could be that too, yeah.
Awesome track.
Fair amount of banking in the corners and good dirt.
Unfortunately, Bronson Bauman on the 37 latest Motors Harley-Davidson just sitting there and watching at the very moment. So just trying to get our timing and scoring taken care of. It looks like Jared Meese is fastest so far at the 1:06.871, which is faster than anybody turned yesterday.
And we should mention, Scotty, this is a doubleheader on the same day.
First time ever that I can recall. I've checked with all the people that I know. We've done it before with the singles at the Springfield Short Track facility, but this is two main events for the premier class today.
So basically we're making up for
Springfield Mile.
Springfield Mile.
Correct. With the Super Twins only. They've completed their first round of practice. They said they were going to give them a few more laps. You can see them looking around the racetrack. Looks like Bronson's going to actually push that motorcycle back to the pit area, and see Moorhead's headed over there to give them a little bit of a push. They're going to enter and exit the racetrack at the exact same spot outside of turn number 2, and it looks like they only sent a handful of riders out. There's about 14, possibly 13 riders signed up in the premier class today. Now there's 14 because Bronson doesn't have any times yet, so another group of riders is sitting outside of turn number 2, and that's where they will enter and exit the racetrack. Originally they were going to go exit the racetrack at the end of the front straightaway, but since the muddy conditions are over there, they're going to go on and off the racetrack outside turn number 2. There's a look at our first practice session. P1 here, it is the one bike. Jared Meese, the defending champ, with a 1:06.871. And again, that is faster than anybody that turned any laps yesterday before the rain came.
Yeah. And I was wondering, you said Springfield. Is this not the makeup for Black Hills?
Ooh.
And then the second race at Volusia, the doubleheader down there at the end of the year would make up for Springfield because it's a full day.
Don't get me all confused.
No, because all we're doing here
But the Springfield one rained out the Super Twins in the singles main.
Well, that's true.
So it's either Rapid City or Springfield, however you want to look at it.
However you want to look at it.
Yep, exactly. So two main events for the Super Twins here today. It looks like they've all just pulled over there to the holding pen right now. They're talking it over with competition. Brian Smith right there is taking a look at the racetrack. That was the first time out for the Super Twins. They didn't go on the racetrack at all yesterday. One group of singles and one group of production twins went onto the track yesterday afternoon.
And if you're wondering where we are in the state of Wisconsin, we're about an hour out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where everybody flew into.
Well, the way you drove.
Oh, I see.
Brad Jones went about an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, so it was quicker.
You set a new track record?
Yeah. New track record.
Plus, yeah, we weren't making any friends on the way over here yesterday. No.
Tree was
we played a little bumper tag with a few folks.
Oh.
It wasn't bumper. It wasn't bumper tag. It was bump drafting. And then we had to make a stop and get something to eat. You know, got to keep the tree fed.
Yeah.
So first round of practice is in the books. We do have a new format today. So that was Mission Super Twins. Up next is scheduled to be the Parts Limited AFT singles for their first round of practice. And we do have opening ceremonies today scheduled for 4:50, and it's going to be short and sweet so we can get into the racing action just as fast as possible.
That's the plan, is to get this thing started and keep it moving all day long and into the night and all the way through to the final checkered flag.
That will be the plan. Just keep things rolling. As soon as we get started, we'll try to keep it going. Looks like the track crew has actually been talked to by the riders, and they do have a rider committee. Might be making some changes, watching what's going on. We're watching just like you are outside turn number 2. Track crew committee is, they picked up a few more people. Brett Donnelly is over there with one of the headsets, and then the track crew from the track here also have the headsets on outside turn number 2. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on. We're along for the ride with you. All right, so while we're trying to figure out what's going on with the track right now, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more practice underway here at the Drag Specialties Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission Foods.
Let your queries be known.
Yeah, hi. Instead of letting passengers wrap their arms around us, can we put little handles on our jackets?
Deny.
Can you imagine?
I want a new nickname. Can you guys start calling me Snake?
No, Brian.
Denied.
How about we all get quotes to see if we can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer?
Approved.
Cool. Hey, if Brian's not going to be Snake, can I be Snake?
No.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all, $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
The 2022 season will see new challenges for Royal Enfield. More racing, more racers, and more energy than ever before. For the first time ever, the Moto Anatomy powered by Royal Enfield team will participate in the full calendar, including the miles and build train race grid expanding to 15 riders and 7 races. More action than ever before. SENA is proud to be the official motorcycle communication system of Progressive American Flat Track. Ride connected with industry-leading mesh and Bluetooth communication systems, plus sound by Harman Kardon speakers and microphone. Head over to the marketplace to demo one of SENA's premium motorcycle communication systems today.
Tom Duma Fine Jewelers is proud to be the official jeweler for our 8th year to Progressive American Flat Track, providing championship rings for each class in 2021. TDFJ wants to be your jeweler. Check us out online for all your jewelry needs, from engagement rings to fashion jewelry to watches, in all price points to fit everyone's budget. Shop like a pro. Shop TDFJ.com.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at KlotzLube.com.
Mobile View has been providing state-of-the-art LED video screens to sporting and special events throughout the U.S. and Canada since 1999. We use our vast experience of thousands of events to help guide the process of finding the right size screen to help make your event a memorable experience for your fans and sponsors. With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
Memphis Shades brings you a whole new level of style when it comes to motorcycle windshields and fairings. The quality, style, and selection set these products apart from the pack. Memphis Shades designs and builds all windshields, fairings, and hardware in-house. Raw materials in, finished goods out. Made in Memphis. Style that works.
Dunlop is proud to be the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. What we learn from racing is rolled into our production tires, such as the Dunlop K180. A street-legal version of the aggressive DT3 flat track tire. With the K180, street riders can now have the authentic flat track tire experience. No other tire company has won more American motorcycle championships than Dunlop. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
Hey, is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of cc's circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Rev those taste buds with fast and easy-to-create recipes that are Winner's Circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines, because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
Spaceport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark Speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on two wheels and four.
Falken Tires is proud to be the official light truck tire of Progressive American Flat Track. Choosing the right tire for your truck or SUV is critical. And Falken has you covered, offering highway terrains to all-terrains through torture-tested mud terrains. For more information on Falken's full line of Wild Peak products, please visit us at www.falkentire.com. Kicker Performance Audio is the official sound system of American Flat Track. Kicker's fully stocked line of products includes speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers for your car and truck stereo systems, as well as those for your boat, side-by-side, and touring motorcycle. Kicker also makes Bluetooth outdoor speakers, over-ear headphones, and earbuds to pair with your favorite mobile device. To learn more or find a dealer, visit kicker.com.
Rev up those taste buds with Mission Foods, a proud sponsor of AFT Super Twins Racing. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. So grab your favorite Mission products, sit back, and enjoy America's original extreme sport.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at klotzlube.com. Tired of replacing your battery every year? It's time to buy the world's best lithium battery, the Pulse IPT, with up to 1,200 cranking amps and unmatched reliability. There's no better battery for your bike. Visit Full Spectrum Power in the paddock today, or on Instagram, Facebook, and the web. Start something. Power everything.
SolarFit, America's solar team, is a proud sponsor of American Flat Track Racing. Get your complimentary solar analysis today at AmericanFlatTrack.com/SolarFit and let the sun power your home or business for free.
KTM, ready to race.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com. And welcome back to the Drag Specialty Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission Foods. And we were just told by competition the Super Twins will come right back out onto the racetrack. This time it will be 8 laps. So this will be practice number 2, Ralph.
Yeah, it's going to be a very unique day. We just ask everybody to follow along, and we're kind of learning as you folks do is the way this day is going to go. Here come the bikes out on course.
Looks like they just called them up there and sent them out. So we should have all of the bikes. The 1 is Jared Meese. The 3 on the screen, that's Briar Bauman. 32, Dallas Daniels. 95, J.D. Beach. 44 is Brandon Robinson. The 20 is Jared Vandekoy. 37, Bronson Bauman. 67, Davis Fisher. 25, Ben Lau. 27, Robbie Pearson. 52, Shayna Texter Bauman. 92 is Brandon Price. 69, going to have hit back Sammy Halbert. And the 23 is the Wizard, Jeffrey Carver Jr.
You watched Jeffrey take a win since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, over in England at the Greenfield Short Track, and Jeffrey was riding a borrowed motorcycle.
Oh,
We got a rider down in
here.
turn 2. And you can see the skid mark started way back there. Figure out it's one of the Mission bikes right there. 67, Davis Fisher. Actually, that is turn number 4. They both look the same on our screens, but Fisher, it started way back in the back. You can see J.D. Beach stops over there to check on him because they are really good friends. They ride together a lot. Pulling that clutch before he pick it up. Oh, and that is a different motorcycle from Davis. I was following him on his social media, and he said same sponsors, just a completely different bike that he hasn't ridden yet. Well, now it's been soil sampled, so he should be able to have the rest of the night on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
You know, they always said just tip it over in the pit area. It's a little easier
Yeah.
than throwing it down on the racetrack.
Same saying about a helmet, right?
Exactly, yeah. Drop it in the pits or in the driveway before you put in the helmet back. Possibly a little bit slick out there. I just stepped out of the booth just a few moments ago, Ralph, and it was misting just a little bit. So when that mist gets on that surface, it gets shiny and gets slippery. First time here, Ralph. What's your initial take so far?
Well, what we were saying before there, kind of like a small Eldora, a big Chico, Sonoya, Georgia. I love the shape, the banking in the corners. We are kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's not a whole lot around here as far as right here where the racetrack is. We're about a half hour away from New Richmond.
We're in New Richmond area. We stayed in
Hudson's where
which
we
is
stayed.
a nice little town, actually.
Yeah, you got to get over to Hudson, which is about a half hour away to find the hotels and the restaurants and all that where everybody is staying. Like I said, we flew into Minneapolis, drove in about an hour to get over here. Beautiful countryside. Cool little facility.
And the track was built, first raced here in 1957. But I think Shane Carson told me at one point a miniature Eldora is what it looks like. We've compared it to Sonoya, Georgia, or an oversized Peoria Speedway. But that's a little bitty short track. This one's about a 3/8 mile.
Yeah, it should be real fast and real racy.
Hopefully we can get right back out there here real soon. Bikes are going to roll right onto the track again. Super Twins are back out one more time. There's Brandon Robinson, the 44. Bike right behind him is Brandon Price. Again, Price riding on the G&G Racing Yamaha. One of Corey Texter's backup motorcycles, perhaps. Maybe auditioning for a job since Corey Texter is retiring at the end of the season. One of the bikes is slow right there on the inside of 3 and 4.
We're still having to dial in our monitors and stuff in here, so we're...
Albie's got it, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's why we haven't been able to give out any lap times or anything.
All right, and timing scoring was having issues as well. There's the 32, Dallas Daniels up the inside of the 6'9", Sammy Halbert. Sammy told us earlier this season he's only running the short tracks and the TT races. His dad's here, Willie's here. You can see him back at the racetrack as well. Sammy also told me earlier today that, or actually told me yesterday that he was experimenting a little bit with a thumb brake that some of the riders are using to help, kind of like to slow down the wheel spin. And it wasn't juking and jiving with the right foot brake, so he's actually put a whole new brake system on the right side of the motorcycle. So we'll see if that helps him out just a little bit. And he's almost a full year since his big crash at the Charlotte Half Mile. So, you know, some time away is fantastic. Now we've got some time in scoring. We've got the Indian rider, the 3 bike goes to the top spot. Briar Bauman has the top spot. Now he still does with a 1:6.735. That's the quickest lap we've seen this weekend. Pearson up to second. Bugs Pearson always goes good on the he always goes really good on the rough tracks, maybe the wet tracks. That he kind of maybe has no fear. I don't know, but something about Pearson when it gets rough, he rises to the occasion.
It's looking like it's getting a little rough through the center.
Well, it's so wet, Ralph. There's so much moisture in the racetrack. It just depends on where you're riding on the track too. It seems like they're working in the middle. I've seen some tapes of when the sprint cars are here. They can go in high, square up the corner, come off low. But and that's what Jeffrey Carver just said. I caught him on a glimpse of the screen on the right as we take a look at Dallas Daniels on the Estenson Racing Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Twin. Daniels currently 7th quick, right behind his teammate, and the white flag is out. Lap. Checkered flag is out from Big P, our flagman here in practice session number 2. It'll be Briar Bauman with a 1:6.735. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to kind of send a message because he needs to make up about 9 points while we're here.
Yeah, oh yeah. The points chase has been really exciting. And with just 2 events to go, a couple of rounds, but 2 events. It's going to be a fight all the way to that final race in Volusia.
What's incredible is those 2 riders, Jared Meese and Briar Bauman, the worst finish by either one of them is 7th by Briar, and that was at the Red Mile. The worst finish by Jared was a 6th at Laconia. So those 2 have been in the top 7 at every round this year. Singles getting ready to roll on the racetrack for their first time out today. They came out yesterday for 1 or 2 groups, and then the Mother Nature put a halt to it. But the 12 bike should lead them out. That's Cody Kopp. 13 is Morgan Mishler. The 21, Trevor Bruner. 79, Dalton Gauthier. 18 is Maxwell. 48, Trent Lowe. 106, Chase Sadoff. The 19 is James Ott. They're saying 6 laps the distance here in this practice session. Goes up the racetrack just a little bit. It's very hard to tell when they have them on the screen, Ralph, which corner they're in. They're identical.
Yeah, they are. And that's coming out of 4 here.
Going to
front stretch.
Yep. And then
here's 1 and 2.
Yeah, the pits are outside turns 1 and 2. For your folks that are at home watching on fanschoice.tv. We'll have opening ceremonies at 4:50. It'll be short and sweet. We'll get into the racing action just as fast as possible. And we're starting off with the first main event of the day.
Which will be one for the Michelin Super Twins.
Correct. Chase Sadoff, the Rookie of the Year contender, is in the top spot right now. 1:7.089 for the Turner Racing Honda. Chase Sadoff looking for his first career win. He's also in the lead of the Mobile View Rookie of the Year standings with just a few rounds left. Chase Sadoff from Hillsboro, Illinois. Sorry about that, Ralph.
That's all right. Trevor Bruner sitting here in third as we watch him. Now he just drops down as Trent Lowe moves up to the number 1 spot with a 16.930.
And it's changing almost every lap as these riders get more comfortable on the racetrack and try to figure it out. Again, just this first group, I believe in the singles, got 1 or just a few laps in yesterday. And Trent Lowe was very fast yesterday as well as today. Look at Trevor Bruner, one of the only Yamahas in the field. The white flag is out from Big P, our flagman. Bruner on the 21 was a little bit disappointed didn't get to run the Springfield mile because he took the win at the Sacramento mile, and he seems to go very strong on the mile. So those Yamahas are really strong this year.
There's the checker, and this session comes to an end.
There are 3 groups of Parks Unlimited AMT singles sponsored by Kicker Performance Audio. This is group number 1. Again, for you new fans that come out according to their point standings. Doesn't mean that some of the riders that they'll come out in the 3rd group aren't that fast. It just means that they haven't accumulated that many points or haven't raced with us yet this season. So it's Trent Lowe at the top spot. The only rider in this, actually there's 3 riders in this 16-second range, as I take a look again at it. Trent Lowe, 1:6.930 is quickest here in this first group of practice. Again, 2 more groups to go. They will enter and exit the track once again off of turn number 2. Bruner having a little issue right there, trying to get slowed down. There's a look at it. 2 Hondas in the top 2 spots. Trent Lowe, Morgan Mishler, Maxwell and Cody Kopp, the 2 teammates right there, 3rd and 4th. Chase Sadoff was at the top spot for a few laps. He slides back to 5th. Bruner is 6th. Dalton Gauthier is 7th. And James Ott, who was really fast yesterday, again, before the Mother Nature watered the track, is back there in the 8th position. Up next, group number 2. 8 more riders headed to the racetrack. 26, Aiden Roos Evans. The 24 is the Canadian rider Hunter Bauer. The 80 is Brandon Kitchen. 49, Chad Coast. 99, Kevin Stalling. 63 is Jared Lowe. 55, Tyler Raggio. And the 91, that's Justin Jones from Holly, New York. This is group number 2 of your AFT singles. Track looks fun, Ralph. I wish I could spin a few laps.
Yeah, no, the track itself is delivering what we thought it would, so it looks like it's going to be good and racy.
A little bit wet in a few spots, and the Aiden Rusev is actually going a little bit lower than some of those other riders have been so far.
Getting a little bit of a blue groove, it looks like, on the entrance into the corner there, right through the center.
And that's surprising with how much moisture is on that racetrack. Look at one of the first impressions Hondas with the blue racing wheels out there. I believe that was Chad Coast we caught a glimpse of right there. Chad is up to 8th fastest so far.
Right through there. That's in 3 and 4.
That's amazing with how much moisture is out there.
I know.
It's taking rubber, so that tells me that this rubber's been here for quite a while, mixed into that dirt. It's the man in black, number 80, BK 80, Brandon Kitchen, Michigan rider. Good for Vance and Hines on the Husqvarna. Bruce Evans now, he's experimenting going up the racetrack just a little bit. He's sponsored by Southern Illinois company down there. Bruce Evans, sponsored by Southern Illinois Motorsports, the official name. They have Hondas, ATVs, and more. Good kid. Kitchen right behind him as the white flag is out. Well, let's check in for the first time with Kristen B. Kristen, how goes it outside?
Well, hey there, Scotty Dougler. I am making my way from turn 2 through turn 3 out to the paddock area. And you'd mentioned the track taking rubber. Well, it tells you that there's been rubber on here for a while. Well, it run outlaw races here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, and it just so happens that Michelle DeSalvo told me about 3 weeks ago they had an outlaw race out here. It's not a far drive from them, so they actually drove out to see how this track breaks down throughout the day to help them determine their settings heading into this race. So Michelle and Dave drove out here. They watched the outlaw race just to see how this track takes rubber, and that helped them determine their settings for today.
Yeah, I love that idea. Michelle DeSalvo, I used to race against her. She was number 97 back when she was a racer, and she helps out Briar Bauman and Dave Zanotti and the S&S Indian crew that are be in the Super Twins class. Briar Bauman's their rider.
Good excuse to go to the races, huh?
I like it. You know, if you got a weekend off of AFT, you might as well go look at some four-wheel sprint car stuff. Terrence Santero right there in the middle of the screen on the green Kawasaki. 14, Jacob Lehman, I've heard this weekend is his retirement party. He's giving it up. We heard that today in the Vanilla Cycles tent out front.
Yeah, we did.
119.
Hopefully it goes well for him.
Yeah, 119 right behind him. That's Logan McGrain. 53 on the racetrack, Lex Steinwagner. 56 is Jordan Jean. 107 is Wyatt Vaughn. 57, Ian Wolf. And the 176, Jacob Walter from Wisconsin. 24 total entries here today in the singles class. Oh, McGrain catches a little bump right there, and so does Terrence Santero. So right now, Ralph, I think I would just try to keep that left foot there, maybe hovering around, because it may be a little bit too tacky, and that might grab your foot and take it back behind you as Terrence Santero up the inside takes over this spot. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, just keep it kind of hovering. You might use it going into the corner and then start picking it up just a little bit.
As quick as you can, huh?
Yeah. Terrence Santero, the 175 Kawasaki, is up there in the 15th position right now. Logan McGrain up to 17th on the 119. So first round of practice for your AFT singles class. Up Next should be the Production Twins if they stay to the new format. You can follow along on the app, on your smartphone, on your tablet, or if you're at home on your computer. You can also watch the live timing and scoring, just like we have right here, Ralph.
Yeah, works great.
Looks like Jacob Lehman starting to feel a little bit more comfortable on that 14 bike. That's the Vanilla Cycles entry. The 17th quick so far. Terrence Santero is currently 14th quick. Checker flag is out. That'll be it for our first round of practice for the AFT singles class. So it looks like they're trying to slow him down right there off of turn number 2. Originally, they told him they'd take a full lap to slow down, but I think they have plenty of room to hit the brakes and then make that right-hand turn into the pit area. So looks like that will actually abbreviate and save some time.
We're all about that today, aren't we?
We definitely are. There's clouds all around us. There's a look at the first round overall, or unofficial, I guess we could say. Trent Lowe still at the top spot as the Production Twins roll out. Mishler second, Maxwell, Cody Kopp, and Chase set up your top 5 as Production Twins roll onto the racetrack for their very first time today. Again, they got some practice in yesterday before Mother Nature put a halt to it. 33, Jesse Janish. The 1 is Corey Texter. 60 is Nick Armstrong. 109, Billy Ross. And the 10, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny!
No! That bike is smoking in a bad way. Looks like it's possibly radiator smoke. But he's right there in the racing line. Hopefully he can get him black flag. Now he sees the smoke and the black flag is out for him.
Be hard to miss, huh?
Ooh, well, I don't know if you could feel it or smell it, but he knew something was amiss, and that's immediate. And I don't think that's radiator. That looks like oil coming onto the header pipes, and it's dripping down. So hopefully that oil's not on the racetrack. So I believe
he went all the way around.
Yeah, the red flag is out, and that's terrible because again we got a couple of laps of practicing yesterday, and you can see it's dripping down in a hurry right there. So hopefully it didn't put too much onto the racetrack because that is not what we need at the moment. So that's Johnny Lewis, the Royal Enfield.
It look like radiator.
It does look kind of green, so maybe it is radiator. I don't know. I thought that was not an air-cooled bike, though. I don't think. Yeah, it is. Maybe they're using a special motor oil.
Well, while we've got time here, let's check back in with Kristen. What do you got, Kristen? Oh.
Guys, I'm okay. There we go. We're good.
There you go. Up and you're out.
A little bit over here. Sometimes you just got a little bit out
Sometimes
here.
we hear you, and sometimes we don't. Yeah.
Tough break for Johnny. He's going to push it back.
Here
There's
comes
the crew
to get Johnny's bike.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to shut the fuel off right now too, and then push it back. But nothing they can do about it right there on the racetrack. Everything that.
So speaking of British bikes, when you were over
in England,
yeah, how many different brands of British bikes did you see racing over there?
Well, racing-wise, there was just a few BSAs, a lot of Triumphs, but racing-wise, that's about all I saw. But I did go to a private collection. I saw more British bikes than I ever knew. There's actually a brand of motorcycles named Scott. And I didn't know of that before until I went over there. So that was interesting. There was other ones, AGS or AJS. Sure. I'm sorry, AJS. Yep. There's a few other ones over there. So it was awesome.
But the only ones you saw racing were
the BSA and
any Royal Enfield.
Yeah, there was. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. There were 2 Royal Enfields, and that was Alan Birtwistle and another gentleman. Actually, no, it was Gary Birtwistle. But it sure was a lot of fun. So here comes the crash truck to unfortunately pick that Royal Enfield up. And the reason they're putting him in the trailer so it doesn't leak any more oil onto the racetrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was, I was surprised to see how many Rotaxes were over there. They're not used over here as much as they are over there. They have a Thunder bike class, which is 600 cc's and bigger. So it's cool.
Let's go back down to Kristen one more time.
Let's give it a shot.
Hey,
it sounds
there
better
you are.
here. There we are. Hey, Ralph, I hear you loud and clear. So a note on Johnny Lewis, guys. This is particularly disappointing for the Royal Enfield team. That is the only bike they were able to bring out to Cedar Lake Speedway. So no B bike for Johnny Lewis to hop on and finish out this session. They're going to have to fix this bike, get it ready for the rest of the day. And that is just the case with this Royal Enfield team this year because getting parts has been so challenging, guys. These bikes are
Kristen,
built overseas. I'm going to get out of the way right here. But anyway, guys, they're, as you can tell, taking the bike off the track right now. But these bikes are built overseas, so getting parts in and having the availability of parts not only to build a B bike, but just even to replace the broken parts on their A bike can be really challenging. So a disappointing day for Johnny Lewis.
Well, the good news is all the Build Train race bikes are over there. Maybe they can rob some parts from one of those bikes, if it's something simple. Take a look at the replay of Johnny Lewis just a lap ago.
It went in a hurry.
Yeah. So far, so good. It was about right in the middle of the corner, wasn't it? There it goes.
So Build Train race becomes steal, borrow, race?
For Johnny, it does.
Yeah.
You can see right there the back end got loose. And again, it is an air-cooled motorcycle, so there's no radiator. So that was my fault right there. But obviously it's putting oil onto something that's hot, and that's why the smoke was coming out of the motorcycle. So hopefully it's something that they can fix easy. Doubtful. Fingers crossed. There's the Vance & Hines Harley team. The mechanic is Josh. I got a message earlier. The mechanic for the Vance & Hines crew is Josh, so I've been calling him Janish's mechanic, and they don't give me all the information all at once, but I was relayed that information from Red earlier today. And the street sweepers come out to make sure that there's no oil on the racetrack at the moment. So they barely even got one lap in, so no times were recorded here in this first round of practice for your Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vance & Hines class, on this real fast short track. About a 3/8 mile around out here in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Let's check in one more time with Kristen Beat. She's down there with Jesse Janish.
Yeah, Jesse Janish making the most out of this downtime due to Johnny Lewis's mechanical. You guys actually changing the gearing right now. I know that you guys are reading, finding out whether or not this is legal, but you guys went ahead and went for it. You didn't get the track time yesterday.
We had a little bit of issue and delayed everybody. So, of course, my amazing expertise, I said change from yesterday, and now we're back to exactly where we started. So, yeah, it was, I mean, it sucks for Johnny there, but it was a benefit for us to get those 2 laps real quick. That's really all we need to kind of get a quick adjustment on gearing. So now hopefully we'll be a little bit more dialed in, and it's going to be a quick program today. So, I mean, every lap's pretty important, so it's good to kind of get this little break and make a quick adjustment.
Right, and all the feedback from this track so far today has been super positive. Riders saying they really enjoy this track and they want to get a go at it. They've also told me the G-forces, because of this high banking. What are those sensations like?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I'm actually one of the only AFT riders that's been here before. I raced here in 05, so it's definitely different. I don't really remember any of it, but yeah, the banking's cool. The track's going to be really technical. The rain definitely threw in everybody's plans, and yeah, it's a little bit slick, a little bit fast, a little bit rough. It's kind of everything, so it's going to be hopefully a really fun day. Hopefully the weather holds off.
Thanks so much, Jesse. I'm going to actually make my way over here. If we're down here and we're just burning time. Colby Carlisle, can we grab you for a second here? Sorry, Brian's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. Colby, can we grab you for a second? I know you like being on TV, so we'll make you take your helmet off here. Colby, one of the tracks that you were able to kind of choose on your schedule this year as you're picking and choosing towards the end of the season. What about Cedar Lake made you want to come out here and run a few laps?
I thought it was more towards like something that I did at my hometown in New York, and when I got here, it looked nothing like that. YouTube deceived me, but no, it's good. It just really my timetable was more so my healing time when I was able to actually physically come back, and we're here today. I feel pretty good. I feel a lot better than yesterday. You know, 10 degrees made a big difference with my body. Everyone can relate to that. That's broken a bone before.
What do you mean by the 10 degrees doing better on your body?
Yesterday I was stiff. Like even this morning, I almost crawled to the bathroom. My ankle was so stiff. I sat there and stretched it for about 10 minutes before I even got up. But yeah, my body's getting old.
He's ready for a TV job?
Yeah, soon.
All right, and we just got the in-house working as well, so a good mic check down here. Thanks, Ralph and Scotty, for letting me steal a little time.
No problem. Colby Carlisle said had trouble getting out of bed. He's feeling a little bit old, but I think that just happens when you crash a few times, break a few bones. You can definitely feel when the weather changes and the cold temperatures are not your friend anymore. Take a look back at our last round was the Springfield Mile. Here's a look at Jesse Janish. He had a mechanical issue at the 33 bike, swinging up the inside, and there it goes. And he put his left hand up immediately, which that's what you're supposed to do, but of course then you need to pull in the clutch as fast as possible, as he had a mechanical issue, one of his only mechanicals of the season so far. But
one of the craziest engine situations I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it completely let go, and you know they always go fastest before they do let go, and unfortunately that Vance & Hines Harley had a bad day.
There's a good look at the facility here at Cedar Lake, and you can see the pit area there, and to the right corner over there is where all the riders are waiting to go out, and that's where Kristen is with Mikey Rush.
Yeah, I'm down here catching up with my buddy Mikey. He's a NorCal native, just like you, Ralph. So, Mikey, Springfield, my heart broke right along with yours.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit of a bummer. We got sent back, but it's the way it goes. And I felt like I made a good charge back up to the front in 2 or 3 laps or whatever, and almost had the podium, but I think I needed one more lap. And the funny thing was I kind of missed the white flag lap because I was trying to draft the guys on the outside and missed Big P with the white flag. I didn't see it, so I thought I was going to the white flag, but that was my mistake. But all in all, the whole Power Racing Harley-Davidson team did a heck of a job. Dave Atherton and everyone that helps me out is a blessing to be a part of this deal. And I felt like we were strong all day, but that's the way it goes. That's racing. Sometimes it doesn't all pan out at the end of the day.
Mikey, it seems as though you've taken on a new perspective this season. The Mikey Rush that I knew in 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, the Mikey Rush that I've known over the years had a fierce approach to every single race. And this year I've noticed you're speaking with a sense of gratitude. Why do you think that is?
I mean, I've been in this sport for 30 years since I was growing up. So I've just been trying to take it with, just enjoy every minute, because it's not going to last forever. So I'm just coming into this year, I wasn't even planning on racing this year coming off my injury. I was supposed to sit out the whole year, but the doctor cleared me to do some races, and the Harley-Power guys called me up, and I said, heck yeah, I'm tired of sitting at home. I want to come back out to the races and see all my friends and family, but I'm just mainly trying to enjoy it and work with good people and have a good time doing this.
Are you having a good time this year?
Oh, absolutely. We missed half of the season, but we kind of took me a little bit to get warmed up again, but we had a good run at Rapid City and won that one, and got second at Sacramento and a fourth at Springfield, and had a couple little ups and downs in between those ones, but I think I'm kind of getting the ball rolling again. But all in all, I'm just having a good time, and I just love doing this with all my heart, man. It's like I've been blessed for this many years to race motorcycles for a living, and it's just an awesome thing to say. Growing up, I wanted to be a motorcycle racer, and I'm actually doing it, so it's a cool vibe for sure.
Mikey, we are so looking forward to watching you guys get back out on track. Brian, you are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to head right on over to Dan Bromley if no one in the truck is going to stop me. We're going to have Dan. You're coming into Cedar Lake Speedway with some momentum.
Yeah, we've been having a good year. I kind of did a partial season. We did 5 starts, and this year we've got 5 podiums. So we've been doing well. Big shout out to Nick Henderson, Mike Vincent, Memphis Shades, everybody for giving me the opportunity to finish the year a part of the team. And we're coming out here, we're having some fun, and hopefully we can do a good night. I'm a little upset right now with them sweeping the track. They're making it super slick for all of us, and hopefully we can come out here and have a good show later tonight.
Dan, this season, I actually spoke with your dad earlier today, and something he said, when you were looking at the schedule, you only wanted to race the races that you were actively interested in, but you've done so well in every start. Does that maybe change things for you in 2023 as you look towards the next season?
Not really for next year. I'm actually super excited. I'm starting a new chapter in my life here in a month. I'm marrying the love of my life, and I'm super excited, and it's really cool because I get to work with my brother-in-law now, Nick, and it makes it more of a family atmosphere in the pits, and I'm just really excited for that. Next year, we're not sure what I'm doing or what the plan is, but the biggest thing is I'm just going to try and have fun on a motorcycle, and wherever that takes me, it does.
I love that. What do you guys think about that, Ralph? Scotty?
Yeah, that's great. Just take it as it comes, and he's getting married in 1 month, and he's super excited about that. And what's impressive to me, Kristen, is he's only raced 5 races, and he's got 3 seconds and 2/3. And to come off the couch and to have, 5 podiums in 5 attempts, that's pretty impressive.
You came off the couch this week, and look at you today. You're doing pretty good.
I'm here.
You come up off the couch every day, buddy. Proud of you.
It takes a little bit longer nowadays.
It does.
Getting out of your rental car was hard enough.
Oh, pal, you ain't kidding.
Man.
Jeez.
We're going to start getting pickups or something.
Listen to Colby Carlisle down there talking about things locking up in the morning. I know you, brother. I hear you.
Exactly. They are getting on the motorcycles right now. They're circling back around. All right. Whoa. Well, they're going to step away from a little bit. They're still doing some track maintenance out there on the racetrack, taking care of Johnny Lewis's bike. I did hear that he has an oil cooler, so that's possibly the problem. So hopefully they can get that bike fixed.
Okay.
But we will take a short break. When we come back, we'll get some more practice taken care of right here at the Drag Specialties Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission.
This racetrack has turned out, AJ. It is incredible. They can run high, low, middle, anywhere they want. We're talking 8 riders in contention for this right now. The final corner awaits. Look at the track. Briar Bauman's going to have to use the track. Briar Bauman wins 2 years in a row here at Williamsburg.
Some bad your hands on the wheel, got a sexy touch. It's enough to make me and my Chevy rush so long. Take it all off of that highway, turn me on, not let you drive late. You can take it fast as you want to. Girl, little dirty looks damn good on you. Start me up, Stones on the radio. Girl, I love it when you let go. Don't waste your way in the wrong way. Get off on some 4x4 play.
Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you too can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport.
Progressive insures over 5 million boats, motorcycles, and RVs throughout America. Get a quote in under 4 minutes at AmericanFlatTrack.com/progressive to see how much you could save.
Brought to you by Yamaha and its best-in-class lineup of power sports vehicles. For more information on how you too can experience the pinnacle of performance both on and off-road, visit YamahaMotorsports.com. Mobile View has been providing state-of-the-art LED video screens to sporting and special events throughout the U.S. and Canada since 1999. We use our vast experience of thousands of events to help guide the process of finding the right size screen to help make your event a memorable experience for your fans and sponsors. With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
S&S Cycle was born from a passion for racing and has spent over 60 years building high performance for the power sports market. All the while, racing has remained at our core. From the Bonneville Salt Flats to championships in Progressive American Flat Track, S&S is the go-to for high performance on and off the racetrack. Memphis Shades brings you a whole new level of style when it comes to motorcycle windshields and fairings. The quality, style, and selection set these products apart from the pack. Memphis Shades designs and builds all windshields, fairings, and hardware in-house. Raw materials in, finished goods out. Made in Memphis. Style that works.
Dunlop is the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. We make tires in America for racing and street racing, such as our creditworthy Progressive American Flat Track Spec racing tire, the DT4, and the DT3, which is now the street-legal K180. Learn more about Dunlop tires at DunlopMotorcycleTires.com. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
The darkness is full of demons, hazy creatures who lurk in the shadows, prowling under the cloak of dusk. But we're not demons. We're beasts.
Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4.
You own the job. The mornings that start too early. The nights that go too late. And every unexpected, unpredictable, unthinkable, unbelievable thing in between. You own it all. It's good to know you can rent whatever you need from people to do whatever it takes. Let's do the work.
You don't take greatness for granted, and neither should your gear. We are Torch Eyewear, and we design sunglasses for protection, performance, and chasing your passion. For more information, visit our website at torcheyewear.com and click on our free Home Try-On program.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
Sideburn is the world's finest Go Fast, Turn Left magazine. It is available to buy at Progressive AFT's trackside merchandise booths and is the official magazine of Progressive American Flat Track. For more information, visit sideburnmagazine.com. S&S Cycle was born from a passion for racing and has spent over 60 years building high performance for the power sports market. All the while, racing has remained at our core, from the Bonneville Salt Flats to championships in Progressive American Flat Track. S&S is the go-to for high performance on and off the racetrack. Tired of replacing your battery every year? It's time to buy the world's best lithium battery, the Pulse IPT. With up to 1,200 cranking amps and unmatched reliability, there's no better battery for your bike. Visit Full Spectrum Power in the paddock today or on Instagram, Facebook, and the web. Start something. Power everything.
SolarFit, America's solar team, is a proud sponsor of American Flat Track Racing. Get your complimentary solar analysis today at AmericanFlatTrack.com/SolarFit and let the sun power your home or business for free.
SBS is your single source for brake parts and components. From pads to rotors, shoes, and other important parts covering motorcycles, scooters, motocross bikes, ATVs, and UTVs. We create the power to stop you so you can go ahead. Find the right parts for your bike at www.sbsbrakes.com.
Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you, too, can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport.
And welcome back to the Drag Specialty Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission Foods. Sadly, Mother Nature is still watering the racetrack at the moment, so nothing can go on the racetrack for just a little while. Hopefully, it will stop precipitating and we can get the track crew back out there. But we are under a little bit of a holding pattern at the moment. You can see how foggy it is just outside of the racetrack, and we are currently under a weather delay due to Mother Nature watering the racetrack. So while we're under this delay, we're going to take a look back at a race just a few weeks ago, the Castle Rock TT. So stay tuned. Enjoy the Castle Rock TT. We'll be back with more updates when we hear some.
Defending American Flat Track Super Twins champion Jared Meese needs to put a stop to the surging Briar Bowman, who's looking for his seismic shift in the point standing to continue. Their battle for supremacy just may happen behind the bike of TT specialist J.D. Beach. All of the explosive action happens next under the shadow of Mount St. Helens.
Beautiful Castle Rock, Washington, a gorgeous part of the state of Washington, as we are here for the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT, getting ready to get underway. Ralph Shaheen, my good buddy Scotty Dubler with me. Scotty, as we roll into the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT, we come from Rapid City, South Dakota, where it was an amazing run in the production twins for Mikey Rush.
What a great story it was.
Here's a look. Watch the 15 here as he gets all the way up into the wall, coming off the fourth turn in the semi at Black Hill Speedway. Banged up his already injured legs a little bit. His left leg much worse than his right. But Scotty, he's just coming off that injury, and he ran very hard all night, battling with Janish here at the late stages. He takes the win.
Everybody from the pit area, his old boss right there, Tim Estenson, giving him big hugs. You can see the pit area was lined up to give him a big hug. Congratulations to Mikey Rush on top of the box after a long time without winning.
Really sunk in, just made me proud of myself to come from where I came from, the injury that we had in Charlotte, and being down for 8 months or whatever it was. It was just being down in the dumps and being depressed and stuff like that, and didn't know if I was going to come back to racing and stuff like that. To come back, only 4 races I did so far, and win one now, it felt super good for me and the team. I know my team needed it, and myself.
Mikey is here at Castle Rock, but he's not racing with us, Scotty. His left leg, the one that he really injured in Charlotte, still not good enough to take all the pressure he'd have to put on it today to be able to race this TT. Let's take a look at the points now for the Mission Production twins. Jesse Janish got a little bit of his points chipped away at by Corey Texter at that last round. And earlier today, Janish right here going wildly down just in front of Johnny Lewis, taking out the Royal Enfield rider and both bikes. With more on that section of racetracks, which Kristen has been very tricky all night. Here's Kristen B.
Yeah, Ralph, one section of this track has been really tough for riders to figure out. Not only is the second corner of the switchback off camber, but there are also visible seams throughout this section where you can see the transitioning of the dirt. There's also some visible deterioration on the surface. So, Scotty, how do those inconsistencies make this section harder to hit for the riders?
Dunlop Tire Talk, Kristen, that is the factor. Going from the transition from turns 1 and 2 to the infield, they have the option to run the soft compound or the medium compound. The choice tonight will be up to the riders, but I'm thinking it'll be the medium compound 5. Your starting lineup looks like this for Mission Production Twins. On the poles, the 1 of Corey Texter, 98 Kel Kochman, the 10 Johnny Lewis, 109 Billy Ross, row 2 47 Michael Hill, 162 Andy DeBrino, 45 Shelby Miller, and the 60 Nick Armstrong. Your points leader starting in the 3rd row, 33 Jesse Jenish, and he's back there with the 34 Cameron Smith.
8 minutes and 2 laps the distance here in front of a packed house at Castle Rock. Ready to go. There's Johnny Lewis on the Royal Enfield number 10. And this field is ready to battle. Here we go. Great start from the middle by Cale Kolkman. Kolkman's going to lead him into the first turn. Lewis comes up in a second. Texter's back to fourth. That's not what he needed because Janish got a great start from the back end of the field. He is already up into fighting position for the lead here. He's right behind Texter. So the 2 points leaders are together already here in the main event.
Throw Andy DeBrino up there in the third spot, the part-time racer with this American flat track. But Cale Kolkman leads the first lap.
And already Janish is around Texter, and Texter is not feeling good here. He's been under the weather all day today, and it's getting him at the wrong time of the night.
Definitely. So now he needs to keep that 33 right there in his sights, but you know the 33 is going to keep marching through the pack, so the 1 has to keep up with the 33 and follow every move he makes.
The door was wide open for Corey Texter here today to have a great points night, and it is slammed shut by the time he got to the first corner.
Jesse's trying to get by the 162, and he
there
does.
He
the door opened up.
It's just getting progressively worse here for Corey Texter because he really needed to capitalize on the points, and Janish is making the most out of it here today.
So Corey's got to make short time of the 162, keep that 33 right there in his sights, but all this going on way behind the 98 Kolkman.
Kristen, Corey can't finish any worse than the very 1 spot right behind him in the points here tonight. He's got to minimize the damage here.
And guys, a quick note on Corey Texter. Before the start of this race, I saw him literally hanging his head over the handlebars. He looked pale. He had told us earlier in the day he was not feeling up to par. So this race, just being able to salvage points will be so important when he's not feeling well.
What a shame for Corey Texter. And Janish, who had such a wild ride in that semi, getting that bike all out of shape, flying up into Johnny Lewis. And now here he is in third and having a shot at maybe taking the win. Let's watch Corey Texter as this one got underway. Watch the 1 here. He's going to bobble. That's going to open the door. And here comes Janish.
He got in there a little bit too hot, got in the back end sideways, and it bucked a little bit. That opened up the door just enough for the 33 to sneak through.
Well, he was trying to capitalize on DeBrino, who was slid very wide in that corner, and Corey was trying to get the drive by and just couldn't make it happen. So here he comes. He's right on the back of him again now. Corey knows he's got to get around Andrew DeBrino in his KTM.
Andy DeBrino, he grew up racing around here. He's got a lot of laps on it. We go back out front, Ralph. We got a 3-way battle for the top spot.
Great fight for the lead. Kolkman, Lewis, and Janish all fighting here. Kolkman on the 98, Lewis right there in the Royal Enfield number 10, and then it's Janish on the Vance & Hines Harley-Davidson. But it's the Yamaha out in front of Cale Kolkman, who Mikey Rush has been working with up here today. Kolkman winning his semi earlier.
So it's the only race he's racing with us in American Flat Track here in the 22 season. You might as well win the thing.
Might as well get it done.
So an excellent job holding off a hard-charging number 10, Johnny Lewis. He's very good on TTs. And look who's back there in third, right there in the shadows. He's caught up there from the back of the pack, Ralph. He's all the way up to a podium spot already.
The Mission Production twins continue to battle here at Castle Rock. We'll be back for the finish after this. The Progressive American Flat Track Series is being brought to you by Cat Rental Store, the official heavy equipment supplier of Progressive American Flat Track, and by FansChoice.tv, the official live streaming platform of Progressive American Flat Track. Catch all the bar-banging action live by subscribing to FansChoice.tv. Welcome back to Castle Rock, Washington. The Mission Production twins continue to fight it out for the win. Here comes Lewis, new leader at Castle Rock.
Johnny Lewis.
And here comes Janish. Janish going to try to pounce as well. He's going to really push his way up the inside. He gets it done. He's up to second. You can see the crowd cheering him on. We got a great battle for the lead here at Castle Rock.
Ralph, it was like there was blood in the water. Janish took full advantage of it. One mistake by the 98. It cost him 2 positions. Here comes Janish squaring off this corner, trying to come up the inside of that right-hander. Now he sets up this corner where Johnny Lewis has been around the very bottom. Janish goes a little bit higher, trying a different line.
That bobble also allowed Corey Texter to close in a little bit. Watch this, the 98 going to bobble. You can see the front almost went out from under him. Lewis capitalizes, he gets around, and then Janish dives up the inside here. Here we go.
Oh.
Janish really pushing hard on the outside this time. Still digging, just can't get it done. Here we are, 40 seconds and 2 laps to go with the Mission Production twins. In the semi, don't forget, these two guys got together. Janish had the lead. He got wild, got that Harley-Davidson up in the air and right into Johnny Lewis. And now they're battling for the win of the main event. Lewis Lewis on the 10, the Royal Enfield with the lead, but Janish on the Harley once again pushing hard, trying to find a way back around Lewis once again.
I like that Janish keeps showing a wheel to the 10, but while this is going on, third and fourth place are closing the gap. This one is far from over.
Well, it's closing up in a hurry because the white flag of 2 laps to go is going to be coming out next time by. There the clocks go to 0. 2 laps remain next time by. Red flag is out. A rider is down on the track. Just after the jump here, you're going to see Lewis and the rest roll through here.
That's the 47 Michael Hill. The missile, the tail section laying on the racetrack right now. So the red flag came out just as they were about to come to 2 laps to go.
Check out the battle here at the front of the field as it was going on. Janish in that 33 trying to get to the outside of Johnny Lewis on the 10, who's been out front and leading. The Royal Enfield in front of the Harley-Davidson, and the battle has been a great one throughout this Mission Production Twins. Rider went down, Michael Hill. Time had expired, so it's going to be a 2-lap fight to the finish here. Lewis, Janish, Texter right there. Coltman on the 98 as well. Who's going to win this one? Mission Production Twins back underway. Restart. Janish on the outside getting around Lewis. We've got a new leader here at Castle Rock, and Texter has slipped back to 5th. Oh, what a shame for Corey.
Debrino comes from 5th up to 3rd. Now he's in front of Coltman and Corey Texter.
Texter trying to get around Coltman on the outside, at least get 1 spot back. Coming to the green flag. Here we go.
Janish got an excellent restart. He's holding off the number 10 right now. We know Janish has been fast down here in 1-2. There goes Debrino off the groove.
That's going to help out Texter. He's up to 3rd. Corey Texter has battled his way back to 3rd. He's on the podium now. Can he find a way to catch Lewis and maybe get 1 more spot? Here we come. White flag will be waiting. There it is. Janish sees it first. Back down into this very slick and tricky first set of lefts.
Janish trying to do everything he can to keep it on 2 wheels.
Can't
got a
make
little
a
wheel
bobble.
spin.
Remember, it was right there where he and Lewis got together in the semi. Things went so haywire for the 2 of them there. This time off the final corner. Jesse Janish, what a ride from the tail end of the field to win it here tonight at Castle Rock. Yeah, you should celebrate. That's a big win right there. Lewis will take 2nd for the Royal Enfield crew, and Corey Texter, what a great job at a night where he has felt absolutely terrible, minimizes the championship damage in the points, and finishes 3rd. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results of the Mission Production Twins. Janish by just under half a second in front of Johnny Lewis. And a second back behind them comes Corey Texter. And let's go right down to the victory podium area. Jesse Janish, this has got to be a happy guy tonight, Kristen.
This Vance & Hines Harley-Davidson team rallied today, and Jesse, so did you. You never gave up. At one point, even hitting the hay bales. Where did you find that drive?
Oh, man, I had my work cut out for me. That mistake in the semi, I mean, I was pretty convinced that was going to cost me, but I got off to 2 really good starts there, and I just had to be aggressive early and try to just take any pass I could, and like, boom, first lap, I think I was up to like 4th or 5th there, and man, the Vance & Hines guys works their tails off. We had a little problem there after the crash, and they got the bike running. I got a couple laps there in the semi just to make sure everything was straight, and yeah, we're riding the same bike. I mean, hats off to those guys, and man, this is I like to say an oval's way better, but this might be my favorite win so far. That was unreal, and dude, I love the crowd. The vibe out here is awesome. Been spending the whole week out here, and I was watching the amateur races last night, and yeah, I'm stoked to be here, and yeah, this was a good one.
What a comeback day for Jesse Janish.
From on the ground at the opening lap of the semi to on the top step of the podium in the main. Yeah. What a run for Jesse.
And he said, you know, oval track victory, because he's not as good on the ovals, was important, but this one, coming from the ninth starting spot to take the win, this one might be his favorite win of his career.
I can understand why. It was one of the most fun to watch, that's for sure. Johnny Lewis with a great ride, Kristen.
With lap times being so close throughout the day, semis, qualifying, where did you find your edge?
I knew it was going to be a start, and, you know, Jesse's one of the best starters I've ever seen, and it was good having him in the back for a while. Then I heard him coming, and I knew that restart was going to be tough. I knew it was Jesse, and I knew that restart was going to be tough. And I had a good day. We struggled a little bit mentally. I wanted to go faster, but like you said, everybody's so close. You come off the track, and we're within hundreds of seconds of each other, and it makes it tough out there. So I wanted to win on an air-cooled bike here. It's such a historic place, and I'm the only air-cooled bike here, and I wanted to win on it, but we come home second. So
Johnny Lewis finishing second here.
Well, coming up next, we're just getting started with main events. Parts Unlimited singles right around the corner here with the Castle Rock TT. Honda, Yamaha, KTM. It's going to be a great battle. Welcome back to the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT as we get ready for the Parts Unlimited AFT singles. For most of the season, Cody Kopp was unstoppable. The last two races, Scotty, he has really fallen off the mark.
Well, off the mark, it's kind of depends on who you look at. He's got a fourth and a fifth. A fifth is worst finish of the season, so he's looking to rebound right here tonight at Castle Rock.
Well, that's what we talked to him about earlier today. He's ready to get back onto his winning ways here in front of the hometown crowd.
I think it's confidence, just knowing that I got a lot of a fan base here that mean a lot to me, and I don't feel it as pressure at all. We're just going to go out there and do our thing and see if we can end up back on the box like where we belong.
Well, he showed earlier on today, Scotty, he knows exactly how to do that in front of the hometown crowd. Watch this action from semi number 2 earlier today. Cody's on that number 12 on the inside. The Red Bull KTM start's so important, and he got a great one.
He nailed the start. He keeps it right there on the bottom through 1 and 2 and walked away with that semifinal number 2.
Our big story of the day is Trevor Bruner, who coming here from Rapid City and Black Hills, where he won, he had so much momentum, and the question was, could he keep it going here, Scotty? He showed in semi number 1, he probably can.
He got an excellent start on that Essence and Yamaha from the very outside. He had to shut the door on everybody and did exactly that. He's only got to get the whole shot from the outside starting position. You can see he won by about a quarter of a straightaway over the 80 of Brandon Kitchen.
Yeah, but it's hard to convince a lot of people. Bruner came right back in the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge, took the win, $2,500, and really showed everybody he's a player here today. Well, look how pretty the night is here as we get ready to go. Bikes are on the course. Let's get a pre-race report from Kristen Beach.
Ralph, as you mentioned, Cody Kopp is coming off his worst finish of the season with a 5th overall at the Black Hills Half Mile. So the question is, can he bounce back in front of his hometown crowd? Well, I checked in with Red Bull KTM's team manager, Chris Fillmore, and I asked him, what do you want to see from Cody Kopp tonight? He said, I want him to race like himself. If he does that, we'll be in a good position leaving the Castle Rock TT, guys.
Your starting lineup looks like this. On the poles, the 12 of Cody Kopp from Micah Washington, 21 Trevor Bruner, 79 Dalton Gauthier, the 80 is Brandon Kitchen. Row number 2, 106 Chase Setoff, the Spanish flat track champ 377 Ferran Cardus, 26 Ada Roos Evans, and the 18 Max Whale.
10-second board is up. We are ready with the Parts Unlimited AFT singles here at the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT. Cody Kopp on the number 12 Red Bull KTM, ready to get it done in front of the hometown crowd. Here we go. Bruner with the start on the 21, though. The Yamaha goes to the front. And here comes one of the Hondas right there with it. It's Dalton Gauthier.
Oh, Kopp has to let off and lets Kitchen slide into third. Kopp is way back and forth.
Kitchens was good earlier on today, and the 80's going to be a player here today on that Husqvarna. Gauthier really starting to put the pressure on Bruner. The Honda struggled early on today in practice and qualifying, but their team said, no, we'll be good by the main, and Gauthier's looking to prove the point.
Bruner's got a very narrow margin right there of Gauthier second, Kitchen third, Kopp is right there fourth. Here comes Ferran Cardus.
Cardus trying to make something happen on the inside. He's so wide off of that jump, and he's closing in as quick as he can on Kopp. Kopp's got to get to work right away here in front of the hometown crowd. He's got to get Kitchens as quickly as he can so he can go after Gauthier.
And nobody's pulling away in this one right there. Bruner, Gauthier, Kitchen, 1, 2, and 3, they're nose to tail.
Look at Cardus close right up on Kopp. Now watch Cardus get wide again. Here he goes off that jump. jump. Then he has to shift back to the outside to set up for the left-handers here.
Yeah, the outside line doesn't appear to be working here in this final corner where Ferran was fast as a red flag comes out.
Red flag is out. Red flag is out. It looks like Mishler had some problems. Here's what brought out the red flag. Watch this. You can see the first bike slipping and down it goes, and then there goes the 82 getting airborne and shot right off the side of the racetrack, and the red flag coming out immediately. 6 minutes, 49 seconds, and 2 laps to go. There's Kitchens on the 80. Can Kopp get a couple of spots back? Here we go. Watch the start. Brunner with another good start. Gauthier right there. Look at Kopp coming up the inside. As Brunner has slipped back to second, maybe third. Kitchens trying to get him on the outside. Gauthier's the new leader. No, Brunner's going to push and take second. Kitchens will slot back into third. Here comes Whale. Whale's picked up a couple of spots on the 18. He's behind his teammate now. He's up to 5th. Green flag is out. We're racing.
Gauthier with an excellent restart. Brunner with not as good a start. So Brunner now will have to pass him if he wants to win the Castle. Oh, Kopp gets into the rider in front of him, Kitchen.
Yep, and that's going to allow Whale to get past, and Carduce gets past as well. So Kopp is actually going to slip back to about 6th or 7th by the time this all settles out. Watch this restart replay here. Kopp on the 12 does not get a good start. Brunner on the 21, the front wheel comes up, but he's driving forward, but not enough as Dalton Gauthier keeps it all planted and takes over the number 1 slot.
Ralph, when that front wheel comes up, you have to let off the gas just a little bit to get that front wheel planted because you got to make a tight left-hander.
And that's all it took for Gauthier to get by and into the lead.
And right there coming up that final corner, Gauthier just looked over his shoulder. He wanted to see where that 21 was. Well, he is coming right now for you, Dalton. You better look out.
The KTM's fighting for a podium spot. It's Whale, though, in front of Kopp. The Australian sits in 3rd. The Washingtonian back here in 4th.
Brunner's running a little bit lower line down here in this final corner, trying to keep up with the 79. Gauthier makes a mistake right up there by the wall. Here comes Brunner, and also here comes Kopp on the 12.
You can see them downshifting as they get into the first pair of lefts, shifting their weight to the right now as they come through that corner and up over the jump. Well, with a bit of a head shake on the 18. Kopp coming inside. Here comes Cody. Can he get that pass done? Did he get up to 3rd?
I believe he did.
They come across the line, and it shows Kopp now in 3rd.
That was one little mistake. You called it. Max got a little bobble right there, and that let the 12 bike go through. Now he'll set his sights on these 2 leaders who are kind of mixing it up, kind of slowing each other down a little bit.
He's right on Brunner's tail already. Right there is Cody Kopp, trying to find his groove once again.
Ralph, it's hard to lead. It's easier for you in second. You have somebody to go after, somebody to dive in deeper. Here comes Brunner. Now here comes Kopp. 1, 2, and 3 is Gauthier, Brunner, and Kopp.
Honda, Yamaha, KTM, the top 3. Kopp nice and tight on that bottom line. Gauthier he's feeling the pressure, but he's hanging on strong. We're halfway through with this one. Oh, Brunner looking on the outside. That'll open the door for Kopp on the bottom. Yes,
oh, no.
He's got second.
So
Cody Kopp is up to second as Brunner makes another mistake, and that's going to change that position.
Well, Brunner was tired of following Dalton. He saw what Jesse Janish was doing, trying to go around the outside. Here he goes. He goes in a little bit deeper, trying to go around the outside. He saw Janish running that line in production twins, but that leaves him wide. That opens up the door for the 12. He comes on through.
You can't go out there. It's no man's land. There's nothing to be gained out there. Oh, Kopp almost gets too wide.
Especially how close they are. You know, Janish had a little bit of a gap back to 3rd in that last race.
Yep. You got to force your way through on the bottom or force that other guy to make a mistake so he opens the door. And it just didn't work for Brunner out there.
Ralph, Cody Kopp is so strong off the very bottom of the corner at the far end, the final corner. That's where he's going to make the move. He'll have the drive off of that corner. He'll try to beat Gauthier into turn number 1. I can see it.
I can see him pushing his way through there, too. Late stages of this one. We got 3 minutes and 2 laps to go.
He'll try to get the drive right here.
Cody's going to put as much pressure on him as he can to see if he can force Gauthier into a mistake and open that door up.
He left a streak of rubber down the front straightaway, so he was hard on the gas, but he was slipping. He was spinning down that whole front straightaway, so he's got to kind of maybe let up a little bit.
Kopp got pretty wild on that big 450 off the jump that time.
And you can see just how bad Cody Kopp wants to win here at his home state.
Oh, down goes the 11. Red flag is out. Andrew Luker down. Kopp is going to get a shot on a restart. We're going to have another one here in our Parts Unlimited AFT singles when we come back to the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT. Welcome back to the Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT. Getting ready for the Parts Unlimited AFT singles to get back underway. Here's why we're into the red flag. Here comes the lead pack. Now watch back behind it. You're going to see Luker right there in the blue lose it. Down he goes, and that brought out the red. And we're going again. There goes Gauthier with a great start. Here comes Kopp up the inside. Trying to get there. Can't get there, but Brunner makes the most of the start, and the Yamaha rider is back into second place.
Just like we
Great job by Brunner.
Just like we talked about, Ralph. If you're going to make that move, you got to get back to the bottom as soon as you can. And that's what he did. He got by Cody Kopp.
Now Kopp's got to go back to work again, but this time he's got to pass two riders all over again.
Yeah, Cody was not expecting that. We know that for sure. 2 minutes and 2 laps remaining here in the singles main. Mistake by Cody Kopp. Maybe he's pushing. Oh, and Kopp is down. Oh no, there goes Cardus.
Cardus goes flying as Kopp went down. Cardus got launched going over the jump.
Catapulted.
Yes, he did. Red flag out immediately.
But Cody Kopp just lost the front end on that right-hander.
Same spot.
Same spot as Luker. We've seen a few other incidents right there. Janish went down the same exact spot.
Every big problem we've had today has been in the exact same spot. Well, here's what happened, why we got to the red flag. You see the race leader, but watch the 12 back there in third goes down, and Ferran Cardus with nowhere to go just gets ejected into the sky and flies over the jump, never touches the ground, goes all the way off the track. Kopp is able to get up and walk away. Fortunately, Ferran Cardus was able to stand up. He's being further evaluated right now, and we're ready to go back to racing. Gauthier with the jump. Here comes Brunner and Max Whale on the 18. The other Red Bull KTM is in the hunt now. Kopp, meanwhile, trying to fight through the pack to pick back up as many points as he can as Gauthier leads him over the jump. He tucks to that bottom, holds tight, and tries to defend the line. Coming to the line, we're going to have less than 1:30 and 2 laps to go.
He did a great job getting off the starting line, and more importantly, he held off the 21. The 21 had to get back in line and couldn't make the around the outside pass.
And that could be the move that makes all the difference here tonight. Sadoff has moved himself up to fourth. Chase Sadoff, one spot out of the podium position. There he is.
So impressive for a rookie, Ralph.
Oh, he's had a great season. Bright things in the future for Chase Sadoff as we continue to watch his teammate Dalton Gauthier leading Trevor Brunner, who's really come alive here in the second half of the season, and then number 21 Essence in Yamaha.
Chase is really applying the pressure to the 18 of Maxwell. He wants to get on that podium. He's looking for a way through.
30 seconds and 2 laps to go here. Parts Unlimited Castle Rock TT. We're watching these Parts Unlimited AFT singles battling it out.
Gauthier looking for his first win of the season for the Turner Racing Hondas.
And it could come here tonight in Castle Rock.
Max got a little bit sideways. Sadoff looking right up the inside. Now he goes to the outside.
Clocks will be at zeros next time by. We'll have 2 laps to go here.
Best battles for third right now. About 2 bike links between first and second.
Kopp is up to 11th as the clocks go to 0. How many positions can Cody Kopp salvage here tonight? Well, fighting to put a Red Bull KTM on the podium. 2 to go, says our starters. There's Whale just in front of Sadoff. Gauthier right there on the 79, still in front of Brunner. Working through that very slick right-hander. They'll stay 1 and 2. Coming through, they'll see the white flag next time by.
Brunner's looking up the inside, trying that Cody Kopp line. Wasn't able to close the gap.
White flag, 1 to go. Brunner's going to have to push. He's got a little bit of space now if he wanted to try the outside. He doesn't. He'll hang to the tight inside line, try to force something to happen here. Gauthier to the jump for the final time at speed. 1 last set of corners. Brunner's not close enough. Dalton Gautier's been looking for the win for the Turner Honda crew. It comes at Castle Rock. He takes the Parts Unlimited AFT singles for the Turner Honda team. And they'll celebrate it. Why shouldn't they? What a big win.
Kenny Coolbeth, Robbie, Bobby down there having some fun.
Well, here's the results of that Parts Unlimited AFT singles main. Gautier with the win over Bruner and Whale. And Cody Kopp fought his way back through the field to get into the top 10 right at the very end of this one. But it's Dalton Gautier that gets to talk to Kristen.
Dalton Gautier with his second win of the season. Dalton, you guys found something in between practice and qualifying. What was it?
My team never stops working pretty much, and yeah, we were at it all day, and I felt really good. I call myself a TT guy. I sucked at Peoria this year, but I like this kind of stuff where it's tight and technical, and it worked out. I just played my cards right, tried to cover the inside because it's so hard to lead here. So focus on the starts and doing consistent laps, and it worked out.
Yes, it's been a fun one with the singles. Here's how things developed and what gave the 79 Gautier the opportunities. This restart here. He just beats Bruner into the corner and is able to defend the line from there. And then he just hung on, Scotty.
Yeah, Gautier had it dialed in here tonight on that 79 bike.
All right, Kristen, next up.
Yeah, Trevor Bruner finishing second here. Now, Trevor, before the red flag, you moved up on the track, opened the door. After that error, what were you telling yourself, and what kind of feedback did your team give you, allowing you to get back on the podium?
Well, you know, I mean, it's a tight technical racetrack, and basically, you know, just stay calm, cool, and collected, and, you know, not to make mistakes. And unfortunately, I made one. You know, that's the way things go. I felt like I really had the speed to get the win on this one, but, you know, Dalton ran a great race, and been inching back up onto the box every weekend, so it feels good to be back up here again, and let's see if we can keep it rolling.
Trevor, well done, guys. 2 podiums for Trevor Bruner on the TTs this year.
Yep, absolutely, Kristen. And here's a look at the Parts Unlimited AFT single points. Kopp loses some more.
It's not terrible because Mishler had a bad performance as well, so it's not a big gap. But here comes the 79 Dalton Gautier. He's got his second one of the season. He's closing in on those leaders.
Yeah, he might not catch Kopp, but he's going to be all over his teammate Morgan Mishler from this point out. All right, Kristen, let's hear from Max Whale, who fought his way up onto the podium.
And held off Chase Sadoff in those closing laps, Ralph. Max, what allowed you to hold your line with Chase Sadoff applying pressure?
Yeah, I knew Chase was on me pretty hard as soon as the restart happened, and yeah, I just knew I couldn't make any mistakes. I really struggled a lot in the last turn here. I feel like that was costing me a lot. I was really good under brakes in the right-hand room and the jump and stuff, but just lost all my time there, and it ended up costing me pretty big. But yeah, that is what it is. It's racing. We have those days, and I'm happy to end up on the podium for where we started. Yeah, the track was awesome. Thanks very much, and thanks for the fans for coming out. It was sweet.
Max, well done. And guys, 3 different manufacturers on the AFT singles podium tonight.
Yep, Honda with the win, Yamaha and KTM rounding out the podium. Nice ride by Max Whale, for sure. Well, that's it for the Parts Unlimited AFT singles, but we got one more to go. Mission Super Twins getting set for the final main event of the night.
Well, race fans, we have some information for you. Due to inclement weather, the Drag Specialty Cedar Lake Short Track, sponsored by Mission, scheduled for Saturday, September the 24th, will be postponed until tomorrow, Sunday, September the 25th. Gates will open for the fans at 11 a.m. Track activity will start at 11 a.m. and opening ceremonies will be scheduled for 12:45. That is tomorrow. All advanced ticket holders will be contacted directly for more information regarding tomorrow's scheduled event. For a full update, check out AmericanFlatTrack.com. Also, for your fans, have your tickets for today. They will be valid for tomorrow. Keep your wristbands on for tomorrow. So, unfortunately, we are done for the day.